But very excited about this next guest because it's not many people that I get inspiration from and who I look up to, and that is our guest today. Everybody, please welcome Charlamagne Tha God.
Hey, what's happening,
Charlamagne
my
Tha
brother?
God, of course, from the Breakfast Club radio show, which is on how many stations now? Over 60, right?
Well, yeah, we're like 70 plus, something like
Not
that.
bad,
Nice.
dude.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's pretty great.
yeah. It's God is good, man. God is everything.
And then Uncommon Sense on MTV2, which
Yes,
airs
sir.
on Friday nights, and co-host of the Brilliant Idiots podcast.
Yes, sir.
You got a lot going on, man.
I like working. I love the media game. I love the media world. I love having all
Apparently.
these different platforms. I never get tired of running my mouth. So it's a beautiful thing.
It works out. Well, the reason he's here this morning is because he's going on a book tour. He's got his first book. It's called Black Privilege: Opportunity Comes to Those Who Create It.
Absolutely. I got to salute LA, man. I was at the Barnes and Noble at the Grove yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was a sold out event. They sold out of all the books there. So
I saw a picture on your Instagram.
Oh, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
I had Carrie Champion and ESPN moderating it. It was a beautiful event.
Yeah,
So
on
cool.
Sports Center yesterday.
I did Sports Center with Carrie Champion again. Yep, that's the homie.
You've been all over the place. I mean, okay, so Charlamagne is the self-proclaimed prince of pissing people off. And I wondered when I first, because I follow you on social media, and we talk every once in a while, and then when you announced the name of the book, I thought immediately, like, man, is he just trying to anger people? Because like I saw some people responding just to the title of the book, Black Privilege, and then saying opportunity comes to those who create it. Like, how do you deal with the people who are coming after you? How many people have been coming? Is it?
You know what's so crazy?
Is it a thing?
Yeah, it's not a thing.
Or just a couple people making a lot of noise?
Yeah, a couple people making a lot of noise. I thought I was gonna get way more backlash for the title, but when people hear me explain what I feel the title stands for, because personally I just feel like it's a privilege to be black, and I feel like it should be a privilege to be whatever it is that you are, because we're all spiritual beings living a human existence. I feel like God, when your father was having sex with your mom and he shot out those sperm cells, it's like 400 million sperm cells, but only one created you. So God put you on this planet to be who you are and what you are, and I think that you should find privilege in that and empower yourself with it. Now, of course, we know that it's systemic racism and institutionalized depression, and so that's how that whole thing developed.
Are you afraid of anybody? I mean, like, one of my favorite videos from Charlamagne and the Breakfast Club is when Birdman came in.
Yeah, that was something.
And like Birdman right away just started going off. Or there's a number of stories that involve you rubbing people the wrong way. But you've gotten to the point now where I've seen Charlamagne compare like the Howard Stern of hip hop radio, where people, if they want to get their project out there or their name out there, like you have, even if Charlamagne pisses you off,
You have to go.
you have to go
still
do
have
the
to
show.
Go on the show.
By the way, that moniker, the Howard Stern of hip hop, that makes me work harder because I want them to just be able to know my name.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Well,
And let me ask you about writing a book, because I've always been curious about this. I mean, do you like sit down and literally type it out yourself?
That's
or
what I want to know.
I did.
Is somebody there helping you? Because I know I've heard both ways. Like, there will be people that sit there, and because I can't imagine what kind of free time you have with all the different projects you got going on.
I tried to do the whole sit down and let the author record your voice, but I just didn't like how he was transcribing it. And my man Chris Morrow, salute to Chris Morrow. So I just started waking up on Saturday mornings and writing. Like, I mean, I knew the principles that I wanted to put in the book. I knew the stories I wanted to tell, and I've always been a writer. So I would just write and then send it to him, and he turned it into a sexy book.
See, that's the other thing. If you are going to sit down and write things out, because I could put thoughts on paper, but to make it look all slick and professional,
Yeah.
I would obsess
Like,
on
yeah,
that
that's him.
first sentence I would rewrite it 50,000 times.
Oh no, I would just type. I wouldn't worry about it.
So how long did it take?
A year and a half.
Year and a half.
Absolutely, a year and a half.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
crazy. People don't realize all the stuff that goes into, even if it's a 4-hour radio show, the work that goes into a 4-hour radio show every day, or someone putting a book out, and how much work, blood, sweat, and tears that takes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. It's the most fulfilling thing I've done in my career thus far, because it's basically just packaging everything I've done in my career and showing people exactly how I got there. And I think about the transformative power of books in my life. Like, I read, I love Wayne W. Dyer. I love all Robert Greene stuff. I love Malcolm Gladwell. I love Ryan Holiday. Like, I think about when I read Private Parts by Howard Stern.
Yeah.
When I read Wendy Brings the Heat, which was her autobiography. I think about reading Angie Martinez's books, Big Boy's book. Like, all of these books just kept that passion in me going, made me want to just achieve more. based off their stories. So I just hope I could do that for the next generation.
And I'm not all the way through the book yet. I got the audio book too, because I'm reading. When I can't read, I have the audio book where I can keep it going, because I'm going to make it through this book. Ravi knows I buy a lot of books. I make it through very few of them. I have the best intentions, but this is the one I'm going to make it all the way through.
I narrated my own audiobook too. That's the publishers who touched on Charlamagne and Schuster. They was telling me like, oh, it's got to come out 2 months after the fact. I'm like, no, I do radio, I do podcasts.
Yeah.
I know my audience. A lot of them don't read. I want
Same day.
I want to have this audiobook drop the same day.
Yeah.
And they was like, well, it takes forever to get done. I'm like, what do you call forever?
Right.
Took me 8 days.
There are very few people that inspire me and fire me up the way that Charlamagne does. And, you would think with the title Black Privilege, Opportunity Comes to Those Who Created, that maybe this is a book just for black people.
No,
and
absolutely
it's
not.
It's an everybody book.
I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, I'm looking
There's a
forward
lot
to
of
it.
good stuff in here. My favorite is that you just named the chapter F You.
Oh no, F your dreams.
Yeah. It was really funny,
Yeah, that's based off the whole, like I talked about, like I used to want to rap, like I said. And
Yep.
when I used to want to rap, I used to rap and I used to do radio. And see, a lot of times in our community, especially the black community, the people we see that are successful who look like us are usually in entertainment and athletics. So we chase those two fields, but that's not really our dream. We just see it working for somebody else. So I had a mentor named Dr. Robert Evans who told me, you suck as a rapper. You should focus on radio because you're good at radio. You could be great if you put the work in. Focus on that. And I wasn't discouraged. That's what I did. So a lot of times, like you see people doing certain things and like that's not them. Objective, like people look and they see success, especially in America, they equate success with celebrity.
Right.
They equate success with fame. Success could be the guy living in St. Louis making $70,000 a year, $60,000, $50,000, got a nice place to stay, a beautiful wife, some kids,
married.
and he's happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's success.
And that's what the book's all about, man.
Yes.
Charlamagne Tha God, Black Privilege, Opportunity Comes to Those Who Create It. Available now, all bookstores, Amazon. You can get the audiobook off of iTunes or whatever.
And I just want to say, like you said, Woody, man, the book pertains to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's ever felt marginalized, oppressed, and just needs an extra push to transcend their circumstances, that book is for you.
Yeah, check out Uncommon Sense on MTV2. Of course, the Breakfast Club radio show, which airs on radio stations across the country, but for our friends in St. Louis, on in St. Louis as well. And then, of course, the Brilliant Idiots podcast. Charlamagne Tha God, everybody.